morning, everybody. Welcome to Gavin Farm. We are in Iowa Plains View today. Currently, we're standing at the warehouse. It has been a very busy weekend around here on Iowa Plains. Let me take you out and show you around here. We've got quite a bit of product that's come in. However, let's go look at the semis here. Let's start with this one here. There's all kinds of product in this one. We got some pumpkin pies is the main one of this one. Pumpkin pies and one pallet of flour. Don't know where that pallet of flour came from, but crew must have stuck it on there by mistake. Then we're going to come over to this side. We got more product in the trucks over here. This one's packed full. There's cereal, there's flour, all of it ready to go to its next destination. I don't know what. That one decided to skip across the map. I don't know why, but this one is the one we're going to start with this morning. It's got the mushrooms, it's got apples, and it's got raspberries on it. So we're going to get the apples and the raspberries to their production points. And the mushrooms we're going to send over to Four Fields. I'm getting the production point on that one for sauces. And I don't know what exactly happened there, but we have to get the truck unjacked. But while I'm out, we're going to close the door. So yeah, we've been a very productive weekend here at the farm. Just got to move this guy around a little bit here. And we'll be starting right over here at the raspberry jam and juice factory. So if you want to take a look before I start putting anything out, let's see, we're at 290 of 300 pallets, available pallets. So we're getting pretty close. We're going to lose some of them here as we get these into the production points. This jack through here real quick. And we must be full for the raspberries, so those will have to go back to the warehouse. And all this truck came from the production points further down the map, which means we're doing good. We're at the point where we are producing enough raspberries to... Oh, it's not full. So we're not at that point yet. That is just... Trying to figure out why it's not taking the rest of those. Let's move away over to this side here. There's something weird going on with this truck where it looks like, first of all, it keeps doing that. Get back up to it here, get it unstuck. We're gonna have to move you out of this. Oh, we're gonna do this. Unload everything. And yeah, it's a mess. I don't know exactly what happened there, but let's see if we can get these all back up and running. All right, so all the Raspberry production points dropped some material off, so we're not full yet, but we're getting there. Get all this picked up. And there we go. The mushrooms are going to go, once I get the apples unloaded, we're going to load those back into the warehouse. They're going to go on the box truck to go to 4 fields. There's only 4 pallets, so I don't need the big old semi to go. But, or we can hold on to them for a little bit until we get more. Since we're going to the apple or the bakery, we're going to go this way. There was a whole bunch of stuff that was also being produced that's already been moved. Basically, I did have to move quite a bit because we were at the limit at one point, but now we are down 247, so we can get 53 more pallets, which means our production points are able to put material out, and that they are doing. Baker's got 4 pallets sitting out there. I'm not gonna grab them with this truck. I'm gonna come back with a box truck and get it. And gotta unhook and hook up again. Hook back up and away we go. So we're gonna go in this way. Not very much room to drive down it, but it fits. And I was thinking about putting a second logistics center on here, but then I realized there'd be no need because the map can only hold 300 pallets. I know there's a way to get past that pallet limit, but it also makes the game very laggy. I've tried it before. We're not going to back him up to a door right now. We're just going to let him sit right there. Now, we've got some planks here. We're going to take those down to the construction site. I know there's something that needs them. But I am thinking this field right here, 22, I'm probably going to end up buying that so I can give more room for my trucks to move around the logistics center. So just a tiny little bit of it will get turned into road space, and the rest of it will still be a field. Just so my trucks have more room to move. And I still have to get that other side leveled so that there's more room on the other side, because right now it's driving into a field on one side and off a cliff the other. But the nice thing is, since my last reset of everything, I have not had the problem where it tells me I'm out of space on the production points. And of course, I'm starting to be mindful of that 300 pallet limit. So I'm trying to get things like the planks here and all the stuff that goes into a production point, get that taken care of and moved as quickly as I can to keep that kind of space available. I did, over the weekend, all of my tiny little sheets of paper that have been being used to keep track of where things are. Got any planks on this one. I got those all done. So everything came onto the map. That's where a lot of these pallets came from. Some of them came from the actual production. Need cement bags. So I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time on. Why are my dogs barking? Sorry. Probably somebody walking down the street, as usual, but no. I have the production point on here that produces the cement bags. However, take a look here real quick. So far, I have not actually gotten anything out of it. Let's find it real quick. Cement factory. Yeah, so far I have not gotten anything out of it. So it's a very slow producing one. So I've created one on 4 fields to be a bigger production point, and it's taken a lot of the stones. I'll probably move some more over and then retire the one that's here, and because yeah, everything is waiting on cement bags right now. I thought there was stuff waiting on planks. Planks long, but nothing waiting on regular planks. So get back in the truck here, and then I guess we take them to find out who wants to buy them. Because if I don't need them, I'll sell them. All right, let's take them up to the carpentry. So on the map from here, that is up here. So we're going to do this. We're actually going to check destination. Driveway's right here, so we'll do this. And there we go. We'll let him drive to it. And we're going to hop into this guy right here. And we're going to come over. Pick up the oil barrels. Oh, so now we got to take this over to the refinery. It produces oil very quickly. And I can't drive. Gotta love that part. Besides getting everything on the map done here for my not in-game world, my real life world, spent a lot of weekend working on trying to set up a new store that's going to have, you know, the normal merch, t-shirts, cups, that kind of stuff, but it's also going to be hoping to eventually be able to get back into woodworking. And that's not like huge big things that I build, it's more little decorative things that I've started with. Maybe someday, man, I can't drive this morning. Maybe someday I'll get into bigger things, but right now it's just little decorative things. I'd like to be able to start building some of those again and getting them out to sell. I have woodworking tools that I have not been able to use in quite a while because where I'm at, there's just not really space to do it. So I have to find a place where I can set up my tools and be able to use it. Plus right now it's also cold outside. That's where I've been using them. But I'll get that all set up and get that going. But yeah, we come up with some pretty cool ideas for merchandise that we're working on getting that store going. Started my seed variety list for what kind of seeds we want to grow this year, what kind of produce we want to grow this year. So I had the motivation bug hit me hard Saturday morning. I just got up and started going, and it turned out pretty good. It's not very much that the motivation bug hits me like that anymore. I don't know why, but that's the way it is. Alright, so now we pull into the spot here. And it automatically starts unloading all these guys for me. And then since we're here, I'm going to go ahead and put gas on this guy. And then we're going to drive over to the house and sleep. There we go. which you guys won't see from the oil production point, is the barrels. I don't know why it wouldn't, in theory, take those barrels and populate them back out as empty barrels to haul back over to the oil production, but it doesn't. They just disappear. So what I'm going to do is, as those barrels get empty, just repopulate empty ones to put back into production. So let's run up to the house real quick here. And our super sophisticated weather station that's beeping here. And we're just sleeping past the dark. All right, there we go. And I'm almost guessing that I'm going to have to do another round of pickups. Coffee beans, yep. There's some more firewood there. Oh, surprisingly, I don't have any apples out. Usually every day I have apples, but there was 2 pallets there on each one that I picked up earlier, so that might be almost ready to give me something. Yeah, just take a look at that. Maybe. Where's my... Yeah, they're about to produce one because they produce at 1,000, so they'll be producing soon enough. But meanwhile, I know it's not a full pallet, but we're going to go ahead and collect the eggs here. So we're going to run them over to the bakery. Be great, because 4 fields will start. Once those chickens reach maturity, they'll be producing a whole lot of eggs. There'll also be more room for chickens there too. And we'll make sure that the bakery actually needs them. It should. Bakery. Yep, they need eggs, so we'll drop them off there. There's only 607, but that's okay. And as far as our stuff, we have increased our egg count to 10 per day instead of, we've been at 8 for quite a while, and then 2 more started laying because we're up to 10 here on the actual farm. So we have 4 more being slackers. Once those 4 are picked up, have gotten theirs going, we'll have all of our chickens laying. And a lot of people have said they slow down in winter, which we understand. It's colder, but we've seen several ways of how to counteract them slowing down. And for us, it seems to be working because we're still getting, well, now 10 eggs a day. Stuck on a bump on the guardrail. There we go. You wouldn't think driving would be this hard, would you? looks like there's something that needs to be picked up over at the creamery too. I think the only thing being produced right now is butter. So we'll run over and grab that real quick. Drop those eggs off. And somewhere, I don't know if it's on a truck or if I may have already sold it because I was in the area anyway. I had ketchup produced already. Run this butter across the street. Perfect. So we're at 251 pallets. So we got 49 left to be able to get on there. We'll get everything continuing to go here. Only one we still need more of that it's still showing in the red is blueberries at the moment. Everything else seems to be good. Corn, we're doing all right. At some point, for a little while, we'll probably just need to take and set all these but the regular popcorn off until we can get more product built up, because we don't have any cheese or chocolate right now. I don't know which one needs the sugar cane. Oh, cane sugar popcorn. One of my fields will probably get planted with sugar cane, and we'll harvest it. We'll get it to popcorn here, the sugar plant, so that it can get turned into regular sugar, because I don't have anything producing sugar at the moment. I had one plant that wasn't producing cane sugar. It was the mod that was doing, I think it's honey and water into sugar. It wasn't the natural honeybees or natural cane sugar stuff. It was honeybees coming in and doing the thing. Oh, we're doing good right now. We're getting everything built up in the production world and farming world. Keeping busy even though there's nothing in the fields going on. What I'm going to do tomorrow is I think we're going to go to Alma. And I'm going to get it set up. I'm going to send all my combines over there with corn headers and that, so that we can, cornfields are almost ready to harvest in Alma, so we'll get those done. And we can try out there's some new corn production mods that are out there to check out. Ooh, we have some raspberry products. Nice. I'm not gonna collect those right now. I did fill up more grass out of the silo into the truck to get it starting to fill again. Let's see how close we are to this one. Oh, chaff we can deactivate because it's empty. Yeah, we're gonna have to get some of this digestate out of here pretty quick. And silage, we're a little over halfway full. But let's do this. My guy hauling the digestates right here. one of the updates that I would like to see is right now it's set to buy. Well, why would I want to buy when, and I do that just because it's easier for me to not have to stop everything as I'm trying to get all the stuff done, to just have him just keep buying it. But set it up to where what's being produced at that point can just automatically find a way to get transferred to him as he's in the fields. So that was a $10,000 sale. I'm doing it that way because of what was purchased, of course, while I was using it. But we're still in the black, but not like a million in the black. We're 671,000 because I have built a lot and bought some land and continuing to get production points up. So we're actually going to take him and send him this way. And we're going to go find that truck that should be at, yeah, there he is. Should be at the Carpenter. And I think this is it. Yep. That sold for 12,000. Excellent. What do we got here? Is that more planks? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why the auto load isn't working on this truck anymore. That's okay. We'll put it on. It's not on there very well, but that's okay. We're not even leaving the yard. Selling that. And we're now after 8 o'clock. We've been streaming for a half hour. We're going to go ahead and call the stream for the day. I think we got pretty good production done. So tomorrow we'll be in Alma. Yeah, we'll be in Alma tomorrow. I'm going to get it set up to where we're ready to harvest the fields, get all the combines from the maps moved over there with their corn headers, and I might send a couple of trucks over as well to get everybody loaded up and ready to go. Get these fields taken care of, get the corn built up. In the meantime, thank you guys for watching. As always, check me out on Facebook, Gavin Farm BUR. Got my Teespring store. And if you liked this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.